What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I wanted to do a video about fishing shallow in the summer. So post spawn all the way throughout the summer, there's still a lot of fish and good fish to be caught up shallow, and that's whether you're using LiveScope or without LiveScope. These are the areas I look for and the baits that I throw to use all throughout the summer that catch fish. Depending on the conditions that you have, these 5 baits that I'm about to show you and the areas to look for will produce fish for you all throughout the summer. So I'll get right into it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so first things first, thinking about the morning time. So when you get out there first thing in the morning, these are the baits that I use. Start off typically throwing a pop-R or a walk-in style bait. I really like the bigger pop-R. In the summer, fishing it around rock or riprap first thing in the morning is a great way to get a lot of good bites right off the bat. So pop-R, bigger pop-R, or a spook walk-in style bait is really good. I just like this bigger pop-R, caught a lot of big fish with it. Or a topwater frog if you're fishing more of a thicker grass edge, or fishing riprap with it. A frog or a pop-R catches a lot of big fish first thing in the morning. So the frog, I throw a 50-pound braid, 7.2 heavy action rod, and an 8.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And the pop-R, I throw braid on this with a mono leader. This is 30-pound braid with a 17-pound monofilament leader that I tie, and an 8.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this is just a 7-foot medium action composite rod. And those are my topwater setups. That's what I pick up first thing in the morning, hitting that riprap or hitting that grass edge that's close to deep water. First thing in the morning throughout the summer, you can catch a lot of good fish with that. For the next bait, everybody loves to throw a chatterbait. This is a Z-Man Evo. This is one of my the best ones that I found for the money. It just performs, catches fish. I do like a white or a green pumpkin. If I'm fishing and I see a lot of bait and see a lot of shad, then I'll typically go with the white for most of the morning. Or if it's overcast, you can throw this all day with the topwaters, fishing around riprap or docks that are closer to deep water, or grass edge, fishing around grass clumps, close to deep water. That's the key in the summertime. Fishing shallows, you want to be fishing areas that are, closer to deep water or more towards the main lake, as those fish move up early to feed. So white if you're fishing around a lot of bait, or if you're fishing more strictly grass, then I throw a green pumpkin. But those are the 2 colors that I throw, and I use 20-pound fluorocarbon with a 7.4 heavy composite rod and a 7.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. That's my setup. Chatterbait, caught a lot of big fish on it. It's probably my number 2 bait to throw early in the morning throughout the day if it's cloudy, fishing shallow in the summer. Okay, so my third bait is a jerkbait. Jerkbaits catch a lot of fish in the summer as well as the winter. It's a big misconception is that, they stop working after it's cold, but if you rip this jerkbait a lot faster or just fish it a lot faster in general, you can still catch a lot of good fish on a jerkbait, because most people put it down in the summer and don't throw it. But again, fishing those closer to deep water banks is what I like to focus on. Throwing this jerkbait around deep docks or around rock close to deep water is a really good way to catch good fish in the summer. Fish this on 15-pound fluoro, 7-foot medium action rod, and a 7.2 to 1 gear ratio reel is my setup for it. I like the silent jerkbaits in general. You just catch a lot more fish on the silent than the rattling. So for my 4th bait, this is a DT6. So a DT6 is a really good option, or a square bill. I like the DT6. For me, just caught a lot of big fish on it. It's just a regular shad pattern. If it's more overcast or rainy, windy, then I go with a chartreuse. But this shad pattern always gets bit for me. As you can see, I've caught a lot of fish on this one. It's super beat up there. But a DT6, great option. Cranking early around rock and brush, hitting those steeper banks that are still shallow, or just on the edge of docks. You know, cranking is a great way to put some fish in the boat, and some big ones. 12-pound fluoro and a 7.3 or a 7-foot medium heavy composite cranking rod, and this is just a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel. So that's my cranking setup. Last thing, so if it's not cloudy, bright sun, slick calm, and you're still fishing shallow, Texas rig, flipping it around is a great option to catch fish. I mean, just gets bites, catch a lot of big fish with it. Texas rig, this is a gill style bait. I like the gill style baits in the post spawn because they kind of focus on that bluegill a lot more in the post spawn time. So I like the gill style baits. Another good bait for me flipping is a rage bug, but green pumpkin type colors is what I go with. Unless it's real dirty, then I'll go with a black and blue. This is 20-pound fluoro, 7.6 heavy action rod, and an 8:2-to-1 gear ratio reel. And this here is a 5/16 ounce tungsten weight, pegged with a 4/0 flipping hook, straight shank hook. I really like a lighter weight when I'm flipping docks or brush. In the summer, I just feel like you get a lot more bites in general throwing a lighter weight instead of a heavier weight. Sometimes I'll go with a 3/8 ounce, but for the most part, I just stick with a 5/16 in general, flipping in the summer. But that's my top 5 baits, and I hope that helps. Now I will get into kind of the areas and where to look for. It's real simple. You just need to fish more main lake areas that have either rock or brush around, or that could be grass, but it just needs to be closer to deep water, and steeper banks is what I tend to go with in the summer fishing shallow. All right, so I just wanted to show you an example of what I'd look for throughout the summer. So right here, this is a main creek right here. Main feeder creek. And right here, you can see the green, that's the deeper water. But these pockets, they'll spawn up in here. And then as they move out, there's rock all around these points here. And that's kind of what you want to look for, is as close to deep water docks throughout the summer. All of these, as you can see, 12 foot, 10 foot, right off the end of the docks, those ones are the ones you want to look for, that are closer to the main lake. So right here, this is the main lake out here. Come in, all these docks right here, close to deep water, again, should be real good. And I know there's rock around the point, but areas like that, that's what you want to look for. Deep water docks, close to deep water. And I'll give you an example of where to fish in a grassy area. All right, so this here is a giant grass flat on my local lake. So this here on the edge is just a big grass edge all down here. And what you can do is first thing in the morning is go down this deeper grass edge and throw those baits. Throw a frog, topwater, chatterbait, jerkbait, and just cover this ledge first thing in the morning on the edge of the grass. Here's another bank that has grass. Hitting that deep, close to deep water edge is what I look for in the summer fishing shallow. Places like this, just on the edge of the grass. If it's cloudy, you can fish it more throughout the day. But first thing in the morning and late in the evenings, places like this, if you're fishing grass, is really good. But again, closer to that deeper water is really key. All right guys, so that's what I do. Summer fishing shallow with or without LiveScope. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you can. Really appreciate the support. And there's gonna be a lot more video content coming soon. If you're interested in getting on the water with me, booking a trip on Lake Conroe, Fayette County Lake, or any other lake in the area, just shoot me a message. My social medias are in the bio. But again, just appreciate y'all watching Real Time with Joe. Stay tuned.